Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you again so much for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now look again at Solana, seeing what's going on. Never quite got that bounce at that 0.65, that golden pocket level there. But truth is, Solana up until the last 3 hours has held very strong. So does that mean you just take a long in the blind right now? Probably not. Bitcoin is retesting its 56,000 potential double bottom support there. So while it's not perfect and Bitcoin may or may not bounce from here, we got to recognize Solana has kind of fallen flat in the last few hours. Okay, so seeing that, we got to understand and kind of hold true to being very careful with our trading, but also recognize too that this descending trend, this bullish backtest, this descending trend line is a very real thing too. We're also maintaining ourselves above the cloud. There's a lot of confirming factors here, but they're not pretty, okay? That's the market we're in right now, folks. Like Bitcoin is chopped salad. It gives just full-on confirmation for a long on smaller time frames, and then just instantly dumps, right? That's the market we're in right now. So not a lot of security in that. So having said that, we're going to be thorough here and make sure that if we do end up taking a trade, we look for a full-on confirmation, not just like 3/4 confirmation, which essentially, albeit true, and unfortunate, Bitcoin was giving us some false positives yesterday. And outside of that, we just got to kind of recognize a few key factors. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back-end data here while I pull up the right chart. And looking at Solana here, we want to recognize that liquidation. There's a lot more liquidation on the upside, but there's more starting to gather here. In the 128 to 130 range, we're starting to see some late longs here, which makes sense because obviously 130 is a very desirable level. We've talked about that previously. But if we do kind of zoom out within the last 7 days, we can recognize that 135, 136, upwards of 138, heavy areas of liquidation, okay? And again, it's not massive compared to what we've seen in the past. I mean, we saw billions of dollars get destroyed here recently when Solana dumped recently. But if we look there, about 1 billion at about 140, almost a billion at 138 to 136 has roughly a billion. So there's definitely heavy concentration starting to form in the upper ranges. So I still feel 136 to 140 is a very distinct probability, but it all depends on how Bitcoin performs here because Solana is now like, that's it, I've had enough. I can't stand any more of these dumps. I'm just going to go ahead and start selling off. Okay, so recognize that Solana does have a larger propensity right now to have that natural knee-jerk reaction to the downside now that we've kind of lost this little support range in the 131 to 134 area. All right, so just some things to kind of be mindful of here. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the daily. Recognize some important stuff here, of course. It's going to be the same with most coins I look at today. Pretty much everything is going to be truly bearish here. We are below SMAs on every single time frame. We are under 50 in the RSI. Pretty much everything checks out for just a total crap market. Again, that's more of a macro scenario there. Okay, so does that mean the price cannot recover today? No, but with our strong hammer up doji candle from yesterday, another false positive by the way, the price is inevitably pulling back. Again, Bitcoin had a very, very strong hammer doji candle yesterday, and it just didn't work out very well, okay? Again, that's just kind of how it goes, folks. Anyways, macro, I think, is more important at this point, so let's ensure we understand that the macro is still poor, and honestly, until we get over the 140 range, at the very least, we're not going to have any, strong legs to stand on. While there still is going to be some intraday stuff between now and then, a lot of, again, chopped salad, as I've been talking about lately, I think there's a distinct probability that we're still on our way down, and that's the overall sentiment. Okay, so just understanding that is good. I don't want you to attach yourself to a bias that everything's going to go down, but the truth is most things are. I mean, Bitcoin dominance is aggressively staying at this 57 to 58% range. That is just abysmal for altcoins. Okay, so until that dynamic changes, we're going to have to presume that altcoins are going to continue to get hit, even strong coins like this one. What we want to look at on the 4-hour here is a couple of things. First of all, we're back under the 20-day SMA. That was a nice little support level for us. We lost that roughly a couple of hours ago when Bitcoin pushed towards 56K. That being said, we now officially rejected off 50 in the RSI, pretty consistent there. So even though Solana was looking very strong for the last 24 hours, we still can't get through that resistance range. That's kind of a problem, right? We have to be able to break above this 133 mark in order to have any confidence in taking a long position. While our current long position with Solana is pretty much break even right now, I think we're in right at about 130. It's still not looking pretty. There's no other way around it because again, this whole market has been very, very ugly, I guess is the best way to describe it. MACD is diverging. Also future reference too, if you're not familiar, September is notoriously a red month for Bitcoin. So we can pretty much presume that Solana will continue its way down here in the overall sense. Between now and then, of course, it can still increase, but we got to break this range of 133 to 134 before we have any confidence of taking a long position. Yeah, and that requires Bitcoin to literally stabilize instead of shooting up, shooting down, shooting up, and shooting down like it has no idea what the hell it's doing. That's really what's happening. Stochastic swinging down here. Everything on the 4 hours is also bearish too. So while, again, Solana has proven to be very strong here recently, we've gotten a lot of false positives, this extra little liquidation hunt here, and the price just dumps. Super, super common right now. Daily time frame, not good. 4 hour, not good. Hourly, what's going on here? Well, we're tentatively losing the cloud. Generally, it's not best to trade while you're kind of within or just testing above or below. Generally speaking, that's supposed to be a support level, so 130 should be the support level for us today at this 0.5 fib level. So we close below 130.50, so $130.50. Then there's a good chance we'll probably see further downside. We can see also with the money flow index pulling, sorry, not MFI, the lagging span is below the price action, conversion line and the baseline are intersecting. These are all signs that we've lost our momentum, and there's a good chance we could very well be seeing a shift down. Honestly, situations like this, the best thing to do is to wait till the daily candlestick closes. I know you'll probably be like, oh, but I wanted to get in right here. And then later today, it's going to be up here. And you can be like, oh, I missed out on my opportunity. Then you're going to jump in right here. And then the price pulls back. It's just going to keep getting screwed. The best thing to do is just to wait. I know it seems crazy because lately we've been waiting for good trades. And when they give us confirming factors, we take the trades that instantly become bad. Right? It's just the way it goes. So, and just I'm not trying to normalize it, but it actually is very common right now in this industry to make you feel like you're taking crazy pills. So try not to read into it too much. It's just kind of the way it goes. Analysis, you can only do so much here. And the truth is you can spin your wheels a lot with this stuff. It's been frustrating for me to spend all this time to try to get us some good trades, and they just end up turning upside down on us. So it's par for the course, though, folks. Again, the overall sense here is that the macro is still going down. We want to presume the price will pull back until it doesn't. Solana is, oddly enough, a very somewhat of an outlier. It's doing well versus Bitcoin, but last 3 hours, I'm not super convinced that it's fully autonomous. So, right? Either way, I hope that makes sense. I described that correctly. I'll clean up the charts. I'll post our playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It's available here if you're kind of curious. It's all there for you, so you can kind of see things that I'm interested in considering with trades that I take. Okay. All right, folks. Thanks again for your time. Look forward to seeing you next one. Have a good one.